Saturday. I almost said Wednesday. You are watching Movie Couple Live. Happy Saturday indeed, and welcome to our live stream where we talk about the latest in movies and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And on today's live streams, we are talking new Dirty Dancing movie,
Captain Marvel 2 lands its director,
John Wick 4 and 5.
and more.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. We're super excited for the stream today. Lots of fun topics, and hello to everybody who was watching on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Live It as well. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you guys are liking this little countdown thing that we've been doing. It takes a bit of practice to get it right, but that's why we kind of were like, if you could see the struggle behind the scenes a little bit. I think maybe Live It did a little bit because it's kind of unfiltered. So you guys, lots of great topics today. I hope you're all doing well. Before we jump into news flash and topics and things like that, let's talk about really quick announcements. First of all, it is Father's Day in Taiwan. So happy Father's Day to all the dads. We can celebrate dads all year long anyway. So happy Father's Day to everybody globally. I did call my dad yesterday online, and which is like the app that we use to talk on. And because my mom, she messaged me a little personal story. She's like, hey, don't forget, August 8th is Father's Day in Taiwan. Make sure you say hi to your dad. And I was like, okay, great. Thanks for the reminder, because like I don't make that connection now that Father's Day in the US or everywhere else in the US, I don't know, is around June, and then Father's Day has always been August for me in Taiwan because that's where I grew up with. So she's like, yeah, it'll make your dad so happy. So I called him, and the first thing, because I don't usually call him, usually when I call my mom and then she'll put him on the line, and I probably should have done that, but I was like, oh, it'd be nice to just like directly call him. So he's like, hi, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing. Happy Father's Day. He goes, oh, yeah. Thank you. So how are you doing? And he wanted to make sure that Dustin and I were being very safe as far as, the pandemic goes. And he's, talking about, and he's like, do you guys, are you taking all the precautions? Don't go out, this and that. And I was like, Dad, don't worry. Like, we mostly stay home. We only go out for essentials and things like that. The same thing we've been doing since mid-March. So it's a little crazy. And then it was just kind of like, okay, well, if there's nothing else, I gotta go. And I'm like, okay, bye, Dad. Happy Father's Day. And then this morning when I woke up, he actually sent me like a message online, and he's like, hey, I just want to say thanks for that. And I wonder if my mom like took the phone and like typed a message out as him, because he's not too much of a sentimental man. So like growing up, I've been always just like a little bit afraid of my dad. So I'm just like, but
well, your dad's very stoic. I mean, the first time I met him, I think I saw him when he was a little bit more excited because it was the first time that he met the husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still very, I mean, when I was talking to him, very stoic,
Dad can be scary. Okay.
So, but I mean, he's a great guy too. I mean, we had great conversations when we were there.
Dad whipped out the guitar. He doesn't do that a lot. He whipped out the guitar, and I was like, does he still play? So yeah, that was one of my announcements. I just wanted to put out there. Share a little story. What else? What's the latest on the channel? We did a filming marathon yesterday. We shot 5 videos, and I'm planning to shoot more after this, but right now the latest video that is up, I think it's the episode 5. If you guys are Blinks out there, if you're into K-pop, if you like Blackpink, I am watching episode 5 of Blackpink 24365. So that is up right now. But I thought that maybe that was the last episode because they didn't give us a preview at the end of that one. I was like, oh, that's it. But apparently, I was going through the comments of the latest video, and a couple of the Blinks were like, hey, there's a new episode. So that's what I'm going to be watching after this, and I'll film it and it'll go up.
And it's funny because when Wendy's watching these, I'm usually working on something else, and I don't understand anything that's going on. And all of a sudden, I just hear Wendy start busting up laughing, or she's like, "Oh," because it's something that's so cute. And of course, Wendy's adorable to begin with. But when you take something to where I don't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden she starts laughing, I'm just like, that is so cute.
Yes.
So I'm kind of over in my corner working on something, and I'm just giggling.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta go on Twitch and remove a comment real quick.
Uh-oh.
No, it's nothing terrible. I just don't. It's spammy and I don't like it.
Okay.
It's
And you
spammy.
know, occasionally you get that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but we do
Mm.
have a lot more in store. What is it? Some of the things that we
Yeah,
recorded.
you can look
We
over at our
recorded.
whiteboard.
Yep, right over there on the side. We have a trailer reaction for Judas and the Black Messiah coming up in as soon as we edit it and get it up. We also did a trailer reaction to I'm Ending Things, or I'm thinking of ending things.
Yes.
And I have to admit, that was a really trippy trailer.
Ooh, yes.
But the one that I cannot wait to come out is Robin's Wish, and it talks about what happened to Robin Williams in his last couple of last year of life. And it just looks like one of those movies that you are going to have a couple boxes of tissues on you,
yeah, for sure,
while you watch it. But it's going to be, I think it's going to be moving, touching, and just a story that we're like, oh, I am dying to know more about what was going on.
Yeah.
What happened? Because there was so much, when the tragedy happened with Robin Williams, it was so much of people, being like, give them their space.
Yeah.
We know something tragic happened. There was some kind of illness involved. We don't really know because it sounded like it was something so rare.
Yeah.
But I am just very excited to kind of find out more, because I don't think there's many people in the world who can say, Robin Williams, he wasn't that big of a deal. I don't think there's very many people can say that.
Everyone knows Robin Williams.
There is always one performance or one role that he touched everyone in a sense.
Yes.
So I think it's just one of those very well-deserved and very important stories to tell. Because the more and more you hear about Robin Williams and how much he just cared about people, and how much all he wanted to do was help and be nice to people, kind of thing, and make other people happy.
Sorry, it is taking me forever to sign into Twitch because I have two-step verification. As I do on literally everything.
You know what? No, that is a smart thing to
do. But
do.
It's annoying when you're in a rush and you're like, I want to get rid of this comment. I can't.
A part of you just wants to be like, I need the fingerprint.
No, the government doesn't need any more of that either.
Yeah. But that's why we do the two-step.
It is here. All right, hold on.
Two-step.
Don't say this out loud, okay?
Oh.
Just in case you're like, oh, what's that? And then you say the number. Oh, and the whole stream goes down.
Don't put that there.
Don't put that there. Okay, hold on a second.
Shouldn't have told you that.
Sorry guys, bear with me. Oh, what the F? Oh. Thingy and run.
There we go.
Okay. So sorry about that, you guys. So yes, did you cover all the trailers?
Everything that I didn't talk. Oh, another one. We did two more.
Just run down the list.
One was for Patreon, which was the Ryan Reynolds new version, the Ryan Reynolds cut of Green Lantern.
Yep.
Which I thought was kind of bizarre, but very Ryan Reynolds-ish. Yes. And another documentary that's coming out called Stunt Women.
Oh my gosh. And Debbie let us know of that one in the chat or via Twitter, or maybe both, last time, and it was really, really cool.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see that, because Wendy and I have a little bit of experience when it comes to stunt works, fight choreography, and things like that. But to see these ladies who are just at the top of their game, and they're amazing, and they're able to do all of this really cool stuff, and to be like, wait, why haven't we heard more about them?
Yes.
Be like, well, this is the time to finally raise them up and be like, hey, look at these incredible artists. They deserve recognition for what they do.
Absolutely. So all those trailers that Dustin mentioned will be out soon. We are just gonna just need to edit them. We don't have a full team of editors. We literally have two people that edit. So it takes a little bit, but they will be up. So just make sure, if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any new videos that go up. And then for Patreon, I think they get a notification, all the patron supporters, whenever new content goes up on the page there. So I think that is it for our announcements. So, wait. Okay, I have one more thing, and this is a question for our movie bunch, for all of you. So I've been wanting to kind of have, because part of like what we enjoy so much about the live streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays is that we're chatting with you guys, and we kind of want to be able
Mhm.
to kind of carry that on, not just here, but allow you guys to have the opportunity to kind of like chat with each other, and with us. So we were thinking of doing like a community group sort of a thing, and we wanted to kind of put a poll out there, and ask you guys, would you rather it just on our Facebook page, and I'll just do a little community group there. I got to figure out how to do it, but I think I can figure it out. Or would you guys rather Discord? Um, Let us know if you're watching not during live. Go ahead and put that in the comment, Facebook group or Discord. If you're in the chat, just let us know now. I wish I could do maybe I'll do another poll on the community
I think
tab
that's probably the
as
best way to
well. Okay,
go
I'll do that.
later
So
on.
don't ixnay that. Don't put it in the thing. I'll put up a poll on our community tab on YouTube. So, but start thinking about it, and if you, because I don't want to make people go to a social media or download a social media if they don't want to.
Yeah, very true.
So this is of course optional, because just because we create a group doesn't mean you have to join. This is just something that where we can, interact with you outside of like Twitter and Instagram and YouTube when we're not on. So keep that in your head. And then before we get into our news flash, let's go to Chris's choice. Thank you
Woo!
so much, Chris Mendez, for your contribution.
Thank you so
Super
much,
chat.
dude. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for today's Chris's choice, he says, not counting the MCU or sorry, let me start that over. Not counting the MCU or Star Wars, what are your 3 favorite Disney live action movies? Mine are Saving
Ooh,
Mr. Banks,
ooh,
The
good
Mighty
one.
Ducks, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Curse with Black Pearl. Okay.
Okay.
Top 3 favorite live action Disney movies.
Okay.
Not counting MCU or Star Wars.
Okay. Because yeah, those would that does take
Star
out.
Wars.
Yeah, exactly. They're done.
Yeah, that's not.
But I do have to agree with Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes, I will put that down as. Okay, no. You use your slot because we have 6 total.
6 solo.
Okay, so you add that to yours, and then I'll think of another one. Okay.
See, now I have to go through, because immediately when I think of Disney, I immediately go to Marvel, Star Wars, but there's so many of the
we're gonna Google some live action movies so we can. Okay, sorry,
yeah, we kind of do need a little bit of a list to kind of jog our memories.
Yes,
because this does also include some of the remakes that they have done.
Yes.
What was the other? There was another one that had to deal with the making of one of their movies. It was kind of like Saving Mr. Banks. But
you're not thinking about Waking Sleeping Beauty, are you?
Well, that's a good documentary.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're looking for more of like a live action movie.
Like Chris said, like Saving Mr. Banks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put one on. I'll use one of my slots, and I'm going to say Cinderella with Lily Collins.
That's a really good one. I do have to admit.
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
Jon Favreau's Jungle Book.
Jon Favreau's Jungle Book was really good.
Yep.
I don't know if that would be at the top of my list.
Okay, well, we don't have the whole stream to pick this. This is Chris's choice.
Quick. I need some more suggestions.
Okay, well, we can't put Mulan up there because literally nobody's seen it.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I will put okay, I said Cinderella. I will put. You know what? I'm gonna just say it because I liked it, and I don't. It's fine. The Lion King. Jon Favreau.
Really?
I actually liked it. I know, and I make fun of it calling it live action because it's actually like life realistic, photorealistic, whatever. It's not because they didn't use like real lions or whatever.
That would have been pretty cool if they were able to train those lions.
Can you like give them a small piece of meat, and then as they're talking, Simba. I would say the way it was presented was literally exactly the way I wanted to intake that movie. Was basically shot by shot. I didn't need it to be super original. I wanted to see like photorealistic lions and life realistic like lions recite all the just photocopy it over. That's what I wanted, and that's what I got it. Okay, we can go to the chat, and maybe this will jog our memory. I need
something to jog my memory because it's not quite as crisp. My memory is not as crisp as it used to be.
Yeah.
And when you start going, well, you can't use these and you can't use these, I'm like, oh shoot. Okay, well, Let me think about it
Yeah.
then.
Tortilla Thrilla, who writes, and I don't disagree with that at all. His comment, Lion King isn't live action. It's like calling Shrek live action. I would respectfully disagree with Shrek live action because it's still 3D animation.
Yeah.
And I would call it, and this is kind of like a hall passing to the live action Lion King. I would call it like for more like live realistic as opposed to live action because they didn't
Mm-hmm,
use
mm-hmm.
actual live lions. There's no live actor in it as in Jungle Book. So Jungle Book took up one of your slots or no?
Um, um, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Jungle Book
Okay.
because I did like it. I have to admit,
Mhm.
when I first saw it, it just blew my mind,
Mhm.
especially when you're sitting there and going,
Lily
nothing.
James. Sorry, not Lily Collins. I messed it up. Isn't it Lily James? Yes, Lily James. Sorry. I got
Oh,
they don't
when it
even
comes
they
to
don't even
names.
but they don't even look alike. It's just their names are similar. Lily James and Cinderella. That I loved her. Let's see. A lot of them are saying the Mighty Ducks trilogy, Curse of the Black Pearl, which was it's already
And
on
that's
our
the thing.
list.
I have to
Maleficent 1 and
remember.
2.
I remember I loved Mighty Ducks. Tron was a good one.
Okay.
The original Tron. You know what? Honestly, though, I also kind of liked the Tron, the newest Tron that they came
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
I thought that was a good movie. Definitely not on my top three though.
Okay.
But Christopher Robin was a really good one. I thought that
Yeah.
was really cute and
Yeah. Yeah.
heartfelt.
Really cute.
Um,
Who? Christopher Robin.
Hook was Hook.
Oh no, that's
No,
Fox.
okay, it was
That
Fox.
was Fox or Paramount, I think. I don't. I well, whoever, whatever studio made it then, if it was Fox, they hadn't merged with Disney yet, so do we count it as one of them?
Yeah. Oh, I guess technically that's the same thing with the old Star Wars
Mm-hmm,
movies because
mm-hmm.
those were also technically done by Lucasfilms, which was later acquired by Disney.
Okay, so
So,
we've literally had okay.
okay,
Your
so
choices are
Curse of the Black Pearl, Jungle Book, and Christopher Robin.
okay. The Lion King, Cinderella with Lily James, and I'll put Tron in there. I enjoy Tron
Mhm.
very much. So I really thought I wasn't gonna like it, but I was like, oh, okay.
But definitely, Mighty Ducks is, if we're going for like older Disney movies, then yeah, I'd probably put that up there as well.
Yeah. And thank you for Adam for chiming in who wrote Hook was Columbia slash TriStar slash Sony, right? Aren't they all under the same Sony and Columbia and TriStar?
Yeah.
They are now.
Well,
Oh,
don't worry, it's
Rocketeer
all
is another good
oh,
one. Rocketeer. You
Rocketeer.
guys, wait, no, I take back my I take back my no, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave
You're
it.
gonna leave
I'm
Tron?
gonna leave it, but I thought Mary Poppins was a fun one.
Oh yeah, Mary
With
Poppins.
Emily Blunt. I thought that was a fun one
Well, and
too.
also the original Mary Poppins too.
I take out Tron and I put in that Mary Poppins. Sorry. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, Tron. Okay. So let's go ahead and go into our very first topic of today. And we are talking about the DC FanDome lineup so far. And so this was announced by WB/DC that they were going to do this free for all 24-hour virtual con sort of event in August, and I think it's going to be available. It goes live on August 22nd, and I just thought it was going to be fun to talk about, something to look forward to. Some of uh the celebrities, the actors who are going to be attending DC FanDome. And so far it looks like Dwayne Johnson, James Gunn, Idris Elba, Chris Pine, Gal Gadot. I'm gonna say it twice because no matter how I say it wrong.
Someone
Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, Robert Pattinson. Woo! Yay, exciting.
nice.
Ezra Miller and Zack Snyder have all been announced as attendees. At the DC FanDome, and this is going to be like the studio is calling this the most epic lineup ever. Which, if you look at it, it
That's a
really
pretty
is.
good
That's
lineup
yeah,
of stars.
star-studded, which I can't wait. And basically, we are going to hopefully get to see some clips, get to hear some fun panels, maybe
Mm-hmm.
new trailers and whatnot for Wonder Woman 1984, Aquaman. Maybe that's just like, because I don't know if they're doing Aquaman 2 or not. I think they are. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, it made a lot of
but
money.
look, you
So
put Jason Momoa up there, and I will watch. Obviously, the Batman, Robert Pattinson will be
and
there.
honestly, I
The
think
Snyder cut of
they
Justice
filmed
League.
a little bit of the Batman. So they could have taken a little
Yeah.
bit of that footage
Yeah.
and then played with it a little bit. I would love to
Just
see
a
that.
little bit.
I would love for them to talk to Robert Pattinson about
Mm-hmm.
his role in the Batman. I would love for them to talk to Ezra Miller about maybe
Yes.
doing
Flash.
Flashpoint Paradox,
Woo!
and just to start getting us hyped for new stuff that might come out in 2021.
Yes.
So I would love to see these panels. I would love to hear more about from the actors and their experiences and what they're excited about.
Yeah.
Because that's also something really interesting to hear, to see what sparks the actors' interest
Yes.
in these characters. Not just the fact that, yeah, they're an awesome role to play, but what about them is it that gets them excited for doing these new projects that they're working on? What is Robert Pattinson really sinking his teeth into
Yes.
with the Batman? What is Ezra Miller going to be excited about in the Flashpoint Paradox movie?
Yeah. It's really, really exciting because there's all these like just huge tentpole movies that we all, you know, as movie as comic book enthusiasts and movie lovers like love seeing this like comic book pages come to life essentially be on the big screen. So like out of all, and this is a question to you and to all of you guys, to our movie bunch, out of all the properties that we named that's going to be available, that they're gonna have panels for, I guess, at the DC FanDome, which ones are you excited for? I would say for me,
the Batman,
Wonder Woman 1984, obviously, and I am itching to see footage from the Snyder cut of the Justice League.
Yeah,
because we got that snippet of Diana and when she was looking up at the artifacts, and then we saw like what's his face, the Dark Side, and I just like,
and also that snippet,
more would be awesome.
That snippet of Superman in his black suit talking to Alfred.
That was cool. See, that was cool too. And it was so short when they did it. And I was like, wait, give us more. 20 more seconds. That's long, but you know. So let's see what you guys are saying about DC FanDome. Justin says, I'll spend as much of that 24 hours there as I can. Same here. And I think it was Starju who's watching from Twitch saying that will we be streaming? If we are able to, absolutely yes. Just like how we did with our SDCC content, that's something we would like to do. So it just depends on how WB/DC are going to like execute this. So
yeah, I'm hoping that
if it's the same thing, we will.
I'm hoping that they can take what they learned from Comic-Con, and be like, okay, we saw these panels. I liked what they did with this one. We didn't like what they did with this one. Probably streaming, recording it beforehand and then putting it up is a better way for them to go. So I'm excited to see if they're going to take what is that called? Learn things from some of the panels that happened at Comic-Con, and hopefully they'll get one that is as well produced as that Bill and Ted.
So
oh my gosh, I loved watching it just because of how crisp and clean, and it was edited so well, and it had all those after effects with the phone booths. I thought was awesome. So I'm hoping that they're able to kind of just look at some of those examples, see what worked, and it'll be great to watch and live stream those, just like we did for Comic-Con.
And what's since you're talking about Bill and Ted and like all this stuff that's coming out, and it just kind of, and this wasn't a part of our topic, but I thought I'd throw it in there as a bonus discussion. It's crazy that even though theaters are closed right now, we are still getting a ton of movie because and whether they're released in theaters where they can, or they're going to be available on PVOD and XYZ or whatever, we're still getting all of them coming up on like Labor Day weekend / end of August. Like Unhinged is coming out, Mulan's going to be available, we talked about that. Tenet, where they can show it, right? New Mutants is going to be available, they said the 21st of August.
Oh, really? So that's coming out in this? That's probably going to get pushed back.
Well, we covered this during Comic-Con, didn't we?
Yeah.
They said that. Yeah. You're making me question what I think I know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the chat, guys. So
my memory's terrible.
I think it's just really, really funny that even though theaters aren't all open globally quite yet, we're still getting like an influx of a bunch of movies on that Labor Day weekend where I'm just like, well, sure, I guess I'll just buy a bunch of movies that weekend and stay home and eat popcorn and watch it.
Yay! Popcorn.
All right, so August 28th, says Debbie for New Mutants. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. And that is, hey, look, there's going to be a new Dirty Dancing movie. Who knew? So, this was revealed by Lionsgate. The new Dirty Dancing movie will star Jennifer Grey, who was in the original Dirty Dancing, and she will also serve as an executive producer. And the producer will be, sorry, the director will be Jonathan Levine, who did Warm Bodies. And here is a quote from Lionsgate CEO John Feltheimer, who says, quote, "It will be exactly the kind of romantic, nostalgic movie that the franchise fans have been waiting for and that have made it the biggest selling library title in the company's history," which makes me really, really, really stinking excited because, man, I love I love Dirty Dancing so, so much. And this is just really, really exciting to me. Like, to have Jennifer Grey. It'll be a little weird because from just from based on what I read, there wasn't a lot of details in the timeline of where it goes. Like, is Jennifer Grey going to go back to, is she baby? Um Obviously we can't have Johnny because
Yeah.
unfortunately we lost Patrick Swayze. And so what is it gonna be? Is she at the camp, and is she the new dance enthusiast person and carry
Honestly,
on his legacy, or what?
I'm a little torn about this because one, I mean, Dirty Dancing was one of those fluke accidents. And what if you haven't seen it? Oh, I've seen it. Watch the Dirty Dancing
I'm
episode.
letting everybody know that they should watch the
Oh
movies
yeah.
that made us on Netflix, and they also have a Dirty Dancing episode. Thank you to Late to the
Hmm.
Party.
And with that in mind, if you guys have seen that episode, when
Right.
you watch on how it was made, how it was put together, it was one of those magical accidents kind of thing. They weren't expecting this movie to do great. They
Hmm.
weren't this movie. They did not mean for it to make that the impact that it did. And it's really, really hard to
Hmm.
try to recapture that
Hmm.
lightning in a bottle kind
Yes.
of a thing that the original Dirty Dancing had.
Yes.
So honestly, go ahead, give it a shot.
Yeah.
We'll still have the original to look at.
Yes. And
Now, the only
also,
thing is that's going to be bad is
mhm.
if they completely botch it. That's
Oh.
that's when
Well, this is why
you
you have Jennifer Grey executive produce, because she was so involved in that first one. She can say, depending on what kind of story they want to tell. I
Mhm.
don't think it's a reboot. I don't think they're taking the original Dirty Dancing and they're going to remake it. I don't think
Yeah, I
they're
don't
going to
think
touch that. I don't think Jennifer Grey. I think she'll have a say in that decision, saying no. Obviously we don't know details, but I would like to think that it's not a reboot. I would like to think it's a continuation of maybe like from her memory of remembering what she had. And
yeah.
so we'll have to see where it goes, but I don't think it's a reboot, and I don't think they should like remake it.
And don't forget, this isn't the first remake or
It's
reimagining
like a
of
sequel.
Dirty Dancing because
Havana
Adam,
Nights.
yeah, Adam brought it up, Havana Nights,
I never saw it.
and I did. It
No,
wasn't anything really
it's not the
special.
same, right? It's
It's
not the
not the
same
same.
without, yeah, it's not the
It's
same
not the
without
same.
Johnny and Baby. It's just not. And that's why, and I think I saw somebody's comment there, that they that like if Patrick Swayze isn't involved in it, they're not interested. Which there's nothing. Unfortunately, we lost him, so
Yeah,
we won't be able to see his charming face and his incredible dance moves and talent on screen again. So I think they maybe pass the baton on to someone else. And I don't know. I like the property so much. But I was also pretty resistant in, because when I remember seeing like Havana Nights, and I was like, I don't know, it's kind of not the same.
yeah. It's tough.
Um, yeah,
It's gonna be very, very tough for them to do this,
maybe
for
Baby
them
and
to pull it
Johnny
off.
had kids, and then they take the kids who hate dancing back to the camp, and then they find their love for dance and music. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Maybe honestly,
Yeah,
we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see, and hear more information about it,
yeah,
see what they're planning on doing with this, and find out.
yeah.
But honestly, I think they have a huge. They're biting off a lot
Yeah.
So I'm really wondering if they're going to be able to pull it off.
Well, luckily, we're still in a pandemic here in the States. So if they decide they want to do, I'm pretty sure they haven't even started, like they're like pre-production right now.
Yeah.
If they want to film in the US, it's gonna take a while. Because like sets where people are allowed to go on set, it has to be so like sparse, and there's so many guidelines in place that there is no big production to be done right now with like over 100 people on set. That's just not possible right now. So I think we've got a while to let it flush out, but we're going to keep our eyes on this news for sure.
Very true.
And speaking of other news, other announcements from Lionsgate, this one's super exciting, you guys. I'm super excited about it. John Wick 4 and 5. Oh my gosh. Okay, so um Lionsgate had announced last year that it had scheduled John Wick 4 for May 21, 2021, following a strong opening for John Wick 3, Chapter 3, Parabellum. So the studio has moved John Wick 4 back a year and is planning to shoot it back to back with a fifth
That's the way to do
installment. Is how they did The Hobbit, right? Or not The Hobbit,
Lord
I'm sorry, Lord of the Rings. So this is a quote from the CEO of Lionsgate, quote, "We are also busy preparing scripts for the next two installments of our John Wick action franchise, with John Wick 4 slated to hit theaters Memorial Day weekend 2022. Okay. We're hoping to shoot both John Wick 4 and 5 back to back when Keanu becomes available early next year." And the CEO also said that Lionsgate have been moving to get back into production amid the pandemic, and quote, "With the appetite for fresh content at all-time high and options for consumers dwindling due to the global shutdown, we made a strategic priority to be one of the first major studios back into production," he said. And over the last 5 months, we put together a thoughtful strategy to restart production with protocols to best ensure the safety of cast and crew, which all sounds great to me. You have to make sure your people are safe, who are going to be part of the cast and the crew. You still want to have a grand, big, epic production that John Wick, that the franchise deserves, full of action, lots of people, lots of stunt coordinators, lots of physical, being very close to each other. Because, well, I guess you don't have to be if they use gun, but like what's part that's so cool about John Wick
is
ever since the first one, it's the gun fu, as they
gun
called it.
fu. And and honestly, this is the way to go. John Wick 3 made bank. I mean, it did very well at the box office. It was an awesome movie, lots of action.
Thank you, Late to the Party.
Woohoo!
Don't forget to thumbs out, y'all, and don't forget to click over to Late to the Party when they have, I don't know if they're still streaming today, but if they are, it starts at 3. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
And for them to be like, okay, we know we're going to make a fourth one. And since the response to the third one was so good, we're just going to be like, boom, boom. I think more studios need to do this. If you know that you're going to make 2 movies, or you're going to really to but do multiple movies in your series or in your film franchise, then just do it all at once.
Yeah.
Get the cast, get the crew, and just set everything up, because then you're all set. And if anything happens, you've already got that footage.
Yes. And also, what's really great about, and I know it can be kind of taxing to film, all of this back to back, especially for like an action franchise that, with scenes so intense and taxing physically like John Wick, but it's good for the actors to kind of stay in that I think anyways, to kind of stay active and stay, kind of being one with that character for the duration of the shooting, because then you have to kind of like, you break, and a year later, then like you're back on set, you're like, oh wait, I have to, whatever, remember, because it's been like 1, maybe 2 years since they filmed it, and then they have to do the press tour and this and that. So I love it when films can just go, I know it's a long period of time, but let's just all do it. It's like a long extended summer camp.
Yeah.
Everybody together.
And plus, they save a lot of money doing this.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for them, because now they can have these movies, and even if they don't make as much, there's a smaller
John
gap.
Wick's gonna make money.
There's a smaller gap for them to beat. Once they actually they're making a certain amount of money, then they're going to greenlight another one. So we might even get a John Wick 6. And who would have ever thought, when the first John Wick came out, they're like, this was a movie that they kind of pushed out there a month before it was due to come out.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, where is this movie coming from? This looks awesome. And people just ate it up. And it just kind of all of a sudden we're like, Okay, you guys like this? Here's more.
You know what? I totally forgot.
What?
And we'll go back to it after I ask some questions, but there's like some newsflash stuff that we totally skipped over newsflash
Oh,
altogether.
we'll hit it.
We'll go back after this, and then we'll talk about Captain Marvel because I know a lot of you guys are excited about the news. So John Wick, where do you guys, and to you as well, where do you guys want to see 4 and 5 go? I have been saying over and over ever since we were introduced in the first movie, the Continental Hotel.
Yeah.
I want to see, and we saw even more of it. I would say probably more so than any of the other films in Parabellum, a lot of the hotel.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to see, and maybe it's better fit for a TV show and just call it the Continental.
That might be cool.
But I just want to see, you know, then it wouldn't be technically centered around John Wick, but it's placed in that universe, and we'll meet various assassins that have maybe cross path with John Wick because they all kind of know each other, obviously. And just to kind of see the inner workings of the Continental, how the concierge got there, and who he was before, and this and that. Like I am so interested in the Continental. So interested. So, but let us know in the chat and also in the comment section if you're not watching live. Let us know what you want to see from John Wick 4 and 5. Anything you want to see extra?
I'm just excited to see some more gung fu. So, and plus Keanu Reeves is awesome.
Yeah,
he's
more
so cool.
Keanu fighting Keanu. They can just go.
That's what they do. They clone John Wick, and then it's a clone. No, I'm kidding. Please don't do that.
What if they do? I doubt it. I doubt it.
I might be like, maybe you guys should have stayed at 3.
Oh gosh, yes. Comment from late to the party, especially because the John Wick story continues on after each film. One flows right into the next. Makes sense filming them back to back. We absolutely agree with you. And then okay, Sonberg writes, it's just the way the score and the gunshots / hits are perfectly synced together, and that scene makes it stand out. I wonder which scene you guys are talking about. Oh, the German Shepherd. Okay, the dog, the fight with the dogs. Yes,
the German Shepherd fight scene was amazing.
Not called German Shepherds.
True. No, you're right. They look like German Shepherds.
Else. Yeah,
but they're especially trained. I think they're a little bit smaller, but they're a lot more. They're trained to be in combat. Yeah, and they're bred to be in combat.
And these are like super smart dogs. They're Belgian Melanese.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not like your regular like, hey puppy. Yeah. Like they're definitely super intelligent.
They're not like this little puppy right
they're
here.
Not like
Navi.
Navi, you want to parkour off the wall? She's like, oh my god, I hate you so much. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I see Debbie saying that I've been wanting more of the hotel. Jack says I'll probably watch the movies for Ruby Rose. That's right. I kind of forgot that she was in 3 there for a second. So thank you for the reminder. Okay, really quick, let's just rewind back to Newsflash real quick, just because there's some funny topics there. I don't know how I skipped over. So I picked some really random ones. One of the non-random ones is the Guillermo del Toro's Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans movie is scheduled to hit Netflix in 2021. Let me just take a look at the article here real quick. So if you guys don't know what Troll Hunters is, it is an animated series created by Guillermo del Toro, and I believe it's actually called, is it Troll Hunters Tales of Arcadia?
Yeah.
Right? Which centers around, what's his name?
Oh.
The lead.
I don't remember.
Oh gosh. Okay.
It's been a while since I've actually seen that movie.
It's been a little while.
But it is an amazing show. It revolves around a high school cast.
Yeah.
And the main character comes across this medallion, gives him superpowers.
Yes.
And you find out about this world of trolls and magic. So
Jim.
Jim,
yeah. There's Jim, there's Claire, and there's Toby, which is the 3 lead characters, and they basically find that this Rowan, like you said, gives Jim the power to become the troll hunter, and then there's this whole underbelly, literally under Arcadia, where the trolls are, and kind of how they interact with the humans, and the year-long battles, and the inner workings of their it's really fantastic to see. Animation is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great series, but that's what makes me really excited for the movie that's going to be coming out as well.
Yeah.
But also there's also 2 other series that we haven't gotten into.
3 Below.
Yeah.
Three Below is one, and the other one is Wizards.
Wizards, and they're all connected. So
Yeah,
we need to hop in
we
on
need to
those three,
hop in
on those two
yeah.
shows, so that when the movie comes out, I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited. We would kind of have a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah, so this is really exciting, and I'm happy that they're putting it on Netflix, because so you can kind of
Mm-hmm.
have like your big movie, and then you're like not supporting, because the series originated, the movie originated from the series
Yeah.
first, but like it's kind of nice to have it all in one place, as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
like all of a sudden it's in theaters, you're like, wait, what who? And then for the people who walk in, you're like, what's Troll
What
Hunters?
is all of
As
this
opposed, they can
crazy
just
stuff?
have, if they have Netflix, they can have the entire library of Troll
Yes,
Hunters.
very true.
Yeah, and like we're big fans of Guillermo del Toro here, so anything that he does, we're usually like, okay, I'll watch. We don't
We're
care.
intrigued,
We don't
Guillermo.
care. We will watch, and it's going to be good. Late to the Party says, not to be confused with Troll Hunters, aka that
Oh yeah,
the mockumentary of the Norwegian Troll Hunters, which yeah, definitely not the same. Troll Hunters, Guillermo del Toro, is animated series.
On
The
Netflix.
Norwegian one is live action. So thank you for the clarification. Late to the party. We miss you guys. Another bits on our news flash is yoga bubbles.
Huh?
And Instagram have released Reels, which is almost like a direct copy of TikTok. And it's now available on the thing. So when you go to your story, you can do like story create, and there's Reels. I played with it a little bit. I haven't created a video on there yet, because I do have TikTok. I don't make many TikToks. I just like watching other people's TikToks because they make me laugh. Some people get really creative with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just kind of like, why not? So,
well, what does it make you do again?
see if I can do it again. Isn't that funny?
I found it amusing. Of course, I find a lot of what Wendy does cute and adorable and amusing.
Oh, you're too kind. So I am wondering how that is going to, I don't know, affect any sort of like TikTok traffic, user traffic, because we also know that somebody's trying to ban TikTok.
Yeah.
As well. So and then Instagram's like, whoa, we'll just
jump on
same thing that they did to Snapchat. They're like,
Mhm.
oh, we'll just copy this. And I'm surprised it took this long for them to actually do it. But I
Yeah.
haven't tried it. Like TikTok gives you all these options, because like there's like audio or whatever, and maybe it's because I'm used to the layout now of TikTok.
Yeah.
So I'll play with the Instagram one a little bit more, but I honestly don't know if I will be creating videos on Reels, as opposed to I'll just watch them, and I don't even know how to watch other people's thing. I don't even. Oh, I see when I click on their stories. The stories. Maybe no one's like really creating using that yet. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, but this is not a new concept for social media to be
Mhm.
like, we have this really cool new thing.
Yeah.
And then all the other social media goes, okay, now we're going to steal that idea.
Yes, absolutely.
So, it all depends on how well they do it, how well Reels works compared to TikTok.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it all depends also if they get some political pressure to be able to be like to take over TikTok kind of thing. But then you just have
I see what you're
it under a new name. And just
Talk
now
tick. Let's reverse it.
But yeah, so wait a second. Now, what are yoga bubbles?
Yoga bubbles. I'm going to show you guys a picture right now. These are yoga bubbles, guys. So obviously gyms can't really safely reopen. Gyms are not open everywhere. I know in California they're probably not open. I'm not sure about other states, but these are yoga bubbles.
Oh my
and they're like outdoor. They're just think like see-through, have domes, kind of like igloo looking. And for your yoga classes, your HIIT classes, everybody gets their own little dome, little yoga bubble. It's see-through, and you can put your own mat in there, and that means you're not like huffing and puffing on the people next to you, and hopefully it'll help continue to curve the spread of COVID-19. But I just thought it was really funny, because like at first I was like, oh my god, how cute, I want to work out in a little bubble. Like that's really adorable, because I do miss like fitness classes, and then I thought of the reason why I enjoy fitness classes is because when I go to, I'll use bar class for an example. It's a small class of, I think she lets a total of maybe 12 people in. This is previous to COVID. Like it's a small studio and there's only one instructor. So, and she goes around and she'll correct your form, which always like sucks a little bit more when you come back and when she comes around, you're like, not me, not me, not me. Oh God, it's me. And then she's like, you're doing it like this. And you're like, oh, that hurts so much more than
I
what I
don't
was.
want to do it this way.
Obviously, I wasn't doing it correctly, but with the yoga bubble, and because the whole purpose of it is to prevent close distance with other people, that means your instructor can't unzip your little bubble, come in and correct you and come back out, because that defeats the whole purpose
Kind of defeats the
of,
purpose.
of the whole thing. And I was just
She's
like,
just knocking on the side of the bubble with a laser
yelling at
pointer.
you?
No, 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 no. Raise this part of your body up more. No, no, put this part straight.
keep your hips down, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, well, you get that verbal, and I don't know. So but I thought it was kind of interesting and funny.
I
and
think it's just funny to look at. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, what is it? Like a story of the future where everyone still has to be in. It's like, what if everyone had to be Bubble Boy?
Oh no. I mean, think of how wide all the hallways in the stores have to be, not on the aisles. Or you have everybody go down, like follow the arrow like a Disney line. Like you can only go down this way. So your typical store trip, if you want to just go and grab like a carton of milk or something like that, you have to like go through all the arrows and be like 20 minutes later. Yep. And you get to the milk and you're like, all right, I can finally go home after all this. So
now I love Blade's comment.
What? Which one?
Where is the face palm emoji?
We can give it to you right here. 1, 2, 3. Well, I just thought it was funny, so I wanted to share with you guys.
That's funny.
What I found. All right, guys. Our final topic for today: Captain Marvel lands a new director. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and talk about this super exciting news coming up for Captain Marvel 2. Film director Nia DaCosta, director of the highly anticipated horror reimagining of Candyman, will direct Captain Marvel 2 for Marvel Studios, and this was confirmed by Variety. So DaCosta is the 4th woman and the first Black woman to direct a Marvel Studio picture, following Bolden, Kate Shortland, who did Black Widow, Chloe Zhao, who is doing Eternals, a part of Marvel Studios' continue push for more inclusion in creative positions. And DaCosta also, I know we haven't seen Candyman yet. So if you're wondering, like, oh, how come we haven't seen her work? She actually worked with Tessa Thompson in a film called Little Woods, and then obviously her next project will be that we get to see will be Candyman, which, by the way, Dustin and I have done trailer reactions for. So if you guys are interested in that trailer reaction, it's just in our library of a bunch of videos. And this is really, really exciting.
Yeah.
Like the trailer for Candyman looks really, really, really good. A little different, but I like than what I was expecting. But I like it. I think it's really, really cool. So I want to see her take on how she's going to direct Captain Marvel 2.
Very true. And honestly, when they said, yeah, this is the first black female director for any Marvel movie, I'm going, no, really?
Yep.
It's taken this long for a Black female.
2020, y'all.
So I'm a little surprised that it's taken this long for this to happen. But I'm excited. I'm glad that they're pushing for this inclusion. I'm glad that they're pushing for, trying to get more voices into these movies, because they deserve to be heard, because they are talented voices out there.
Yes.
That just have been constantly pushed to the sidelines. So I'm happy to hear that they found their director, and they're going to be moving forward with the Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah, this is super exciting. I really enjoyed Captain Marvel. I loved seeing what she was able to do in also in Avengers Endgame. So that just kind of gives me just even more excitement to see Captain Marvel 2 whenever they are able to, finally get into production and all of that. And also I love this comment from David, who about the yoga igloos, as Debbie pointed out, igloos, yoga bubbles, yoga pads. Wouldn't it get hot in those things on a midsummer day? I did read that they do get really, really hot, but each igloo or bubble have like their own personal fans. So, but it's still like you're circulating your own, like I'm thinking about it now, just kind of being in.
Those would have to be sanitized after every single use, because you have all your sweat in there. But also, I'm excited about Captain Marvel 2 because
Mhm.
I'm really curious if they're going to continue the scroll storyline. Because one of the big
Ah,
things about the scrolls is that they have secret invasion
right.
of Earth, and the whole comic book series Secret
Mhm.
Invasion.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorites. I loved that story arc because the idea of not knowing who is who and not being able to trace or track any of the scrolls, and the fact that they completely changed it for for the first Captain Marvel
Yeah.
makes me go, okay, I wonder what they're going to do for the second one,
Mhm.
or if they're going to go down a different storyline with Captain Marvel and then bring in the scrolls later
I wonder
for
if they'll do
Secret
Captain
Invasion.
America sorry, Captain Marvel post Endgame. Like that's what they have to do, right? Or
Well,
they
yeah,
can kind of stay in that timeline.
they would have to have it take place after
Either
Endgame,
after or
or
they stay in.
before, and she's off in a completely different
Maybe
part
we
of
can see what
space
she was doing when she was, how
when
like when she well no, but
when the snap happened.
when the snap happened and she was like gone for a while, like
Yeah,
what was she doing during that time?
from
So
the
that
80s to Infinity War.
yeah. This is a long movie.
Hmm.
And I also enjoyed this comment from Debbie. Nia, is it Nia or Nia? But I've been saying Nia, but I maybe I might
Oh, I
be
thought it
saying
was
it wrong.
Nia.
She's also working with Tayana Paris on Candyman, and she, Paris, is the adult Monica Rambeau.
Awesome.
So, and God loved her. That's what I would want to see in Captain Marvel 2. More
Yeah.
of Monica Rambeau for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes. And thank you so much, Chris Mendez, for another super chat. This is not a Chris's choice. This is a piece of news from Chris. Chris's news.
Chris's news.
Tom Hanks is in talk to play Geppetto in Disney's live action version of Pinocchio. I am excited. There's nothing he can't do. Absolutely agree.
Hmm.
Absolutely agree.
I
You put
think I
Tom
remember
Hanks and stuff,
hearing,
I'll watch it.
yeah, Tom Hanks, and also getting, because honestly, if you the original story of Pinocchio is very, very dark, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to hear what they've done. And I remember, I think someone took was they did a comic book on fairy tale creatures, and one of them, what they needed to do was to replace a certain ruler, and
Mm-hmm.
they got Geppetto to create a puppet that he was able to turn into human, and he figured out that, oh, I can just replace all of the rulers and have them be these
Puppets.
puppets.
That
I
he
think,
does he control them?
yeah, and he becomes kind of a villain.
Ooh, that's an edgy Geppetto.
And very
Okay.
edgy. But I'm pretty sure they wouldn't get Tom Hanks for that kind of a
Well,
movie.
also it's a Disney live action, so it's gonna follow suit of the Pinocchio animated
Yeah,
that we
yeah, yeah.
know. So we'll get the Jiminy Cricket, and we'll get, which I think it's going to be. Was it Ewan McGregor who was in talks to be Jiminy Cricket, right?
Probably. That sounds
Uh,
familiar.
or was it Jude Law? I don't know why all of a sudden Jude Law is like in my head. Maybe because I'm thinking of the scrolls. But this is really exciting. I confession. It was hard for me to admit, but I still have yet to watch Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh yeah.
And I've been maybe we'll do it today.
Yeah, I
Because
think we
on
really need
top
to
of
get
all the
around to do
50
that.
million things but it's on Disney Plus, so it's like I should just watch it. But I've been dying to see Tom Hanks in that, and I've also been dying for Dustin to watch Won't You Be My Neighbor.
Oh yeah.
It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. What's the one that Tom Hanks was in where he played Mr.
I
Rogers?
think that's Won't You Be My Neighbor.
I think it's
A
Beautiful.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood was the, oh no, I got it wrong. Flipped it. So it
He
is
was in a Tom Hanks was the one that was in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Won't You Be My Neighbor is the
was a
documentary.
documentary.
Which are both fantastic. So watch both. But I liked Won't You Be My Neighbor slightly more than I liked Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. So if you're curious about that, I have there's a review up on the channel. I think I saw it at TIFF last year. So it's one of those videos, and there's a reason why I liked it less than Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Thank you so much, Chris, for this bit of news. I actually had wanted to put this out there. I like totally forgot. So thank you so much for this. Appreciate you. And thank you to AMR Nail for another super chat. Yay! Hey guys, isn't the new Pinocchio movie not based on the Disney version? It's based on the Italian folklore, if I'm not mistaken. Okay,
I
let's
was
let's Google. You
Yes,
go ahead
that
and
is
talk.
always the best. But honestly, no. Now that AMR says that, I do believe that it's not going based off of the cartoon Pinocchio.
Okay.
It is really going to be based more off of the original story.
Okay.
So I'm excited. I mean, I'm always excited to hear that, to
Mhm.
where they're going to take a little bit more of the original material from
Mhm.
a lot of these folklores.
Mhm.
So, because a lot of them are just nowhere near as kid friendly
Mhm.
as it should be,
Mhm.
kind of a thing. To where when you first hear it, you're kind of like, they wrote this for kids? This is violent. This is
Yeah, if
disturbing.
you know the original story, like not the Disney version, but like the original
Yeah.
folklore, it's a little bit more. Most fairy tales are kind of dark though. If you even look at
Yeah,
like
true.
Cinderella, like the original Cinderella, the original
Well,
Little
they cut
Mermaid,
off technically the stepsisters
huh,
cut like off
huh,
their toes so they can fit it into
the glass
the glass
slipper,
slipper,
it's bloody.
and you're just like, ah. And yeah, that's stuff that they kind of left out of the original Disney
Yeah, well, they're
cartoon.
not gonna have people like mutilating their bodies in order to fit it. That's not a good message for just in general.
Very true.
Okay, I'm not really able to find anything on here.
But it makes sense that if they're calling it Geppetto, it would probably focus more on the old folklore, as
Yeah.
opposed to if it was called Pinocchio, then
It
it
is
probably would
called
have been.
Pinocchio, though.
Oh,
It's
it is
Robert
called.
Zemeckis is directing the live action Pinocchio movie
Oh,
with Andrew
but I thought,
Miano and Chris
wasn't
Weitz
Guillermo del
producing.
Toro doing also something with?
Here, wait. Okay. Okay, nope, sorry. Continue.
I also thought that Guillermo del Toro was doing a Pinocchio movie,
I
a
thought
live
so
action.
too, and that's the one that would be more fitting for like that darker, edgier,
Yeah,
So, okay,
that's
well,
some things that we're going to have to look into.
unless the chat knows, hold on.
Go chat, go.
Let's see. Let's see. I don't think. I don't think. Oh yeah, see, Debbie says there's a Guillermo del Toro version as well,
Yeah.
and okay, so Debbie says Guillermo del Toro, I think, was doing the. Let me put her thing up. I think doing the Italian one, the Tom Hanks version, if directed by Robert Zemeckis. So, yeah, I think that the Guillermo del Toro one, obviously, with like more of a darker tone to it, and then the Robert Zemeckis one will fit more of the Disney. Not like super sugary powder.
I've got no
Whatever.
strings to hold me.
But
Yeah, not like that.
it'll be more like maybe like Dumbo
Yeah,
in
we're
that version. It's slightly different, but still the same, but not so frightening for where the kids are like, no, Pinocchio with Geppetto, why?
I would love just for one of them to come out and kind of have that effect that Black Cauldron had on my generation, where we
Oh,
went in and we were like, this is a Disney movie.
yeah,
But of course,
yeah.
I was kind of raised on rated R movies and stuff like that.
You
So,
watched Top Gun as a kid, so
mhm.
so did I. So did I. My dad's like, want to see this cool movie with planes? Let's watch it. I'm like, ah, yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, though, anything that Tom Hanks is in, I want to see, because he's an amazing actor. He's an amazing person. I mean, when you can't find one bad story
Mm-hmm,
about a
mm-hmm,
person, you
mm-hmm.
know they must be a really good individual.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I told you we had weird topics today,
Yoga bubble.
and there we are. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, because that's what YouTube likes, and it pushes our video up, I guess, a little bit. Every little bit helps. And I will go ahead and make sure I put a poll up on our community tab to see if you guys choose Discord or you want to do Facebook group or whatever. Like, I have a Discord, but I think I have to start a new one in order to start a whole new group, I think, because then it's just be one on my personal account.
I don't know. I
I don't
compared
know.
to Wendy, I am so social
Discord's great
media.
though. I
Just
follow like 3 or 4 different ones. So it's really really cool. And then we will have a bunch of trailer reactions and reviews coming out. So it'll be a lot of heavy editing for the both of us. Where we're just gonna eat lunch at our table, which is not really different from when I was actually like working. It was literally the
but now
same.
we're
I would.
working for us and not the man.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys on Wednesday with another live stream. Take care until then, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.